Alright, so you guys might be wondering what this thing is. This is my buddy Cole, and this is his 2004 Yamaha TTR 125 that's actually bored 25 over, so really it's a 150. Now, the reason why I have this thing is because she is clapped, to say the least. He's got an Amazon exhaust that's all scraped up and actually welded on. The plastics aren't really even held on, and they're painted. These are brand new bars that are super bent. Kickstart only works if you put the bike to an angle. The front brakes do not work. Nice breakaway levers though. Tires are extremely bald on both parts. And the chain is really bad. As you can see, the chain slider is all the way back. And it's still, like, really loose. So we're gonna be giving this thing a full makeover completely for free because Cole's my friend. I've known him for, I'd say 5.5 years now. We've been friends for probably 2-3 years now. So he's a great friend, so I'm like, alright, let's do his bike a nice makeover. So I did a little list here of what I want to do to it. Now this might not be everything I want to do to it, but I want to install this new chain, which he actually already had, but he never put on. So it's nice and oiled up. She should run good after that. Then I want to bend the bars back. I want to repaint the fenders, gas tank shrouds, and the side plastics, along with this number plate. Because as you can see, they are black, but they are extremely chipped and worn down. I'm going to tune the carb a little bit, bleed the front brakes, because as I said, front brakes do not work at all. Do a deep clean, as in take off all the plastics, foam it down, wash it off, do that a couple times to get all the dirt and grime off of it. I want to tighten the ignition down because if you look here, right, I don't know why, but there isn't the nut that's holding this on. So I might try to find another one that will suffice like that. I'm going to change the oil because if you come over here, the oil is bad. I mean, it is black, it is low, and the old TTR does not like it. I mean, as you can see, it is just horrible how dark that oil is. Cole actually said he hasn't ever done an oil change on this thing, and I could probably use one. So after that, I don't want to wait for an oil filter to come in. So I know you're not supposed to do this. I'm just going to take the oil filter out and wash it good. I'm going to clean it good because I don't want to wait for a new oil filter to come in. Then I will clean out the air filter and put some new air filter oil on it. There are fuses on this bike since it has electric start. So I am going to check the fuses, and I'm going to clean off any carbon that's on the spark plug. So we've got a lot to do for this bike, and she should be looking good, running good, and ripping wheelies once we're done. Unfortunately, it is raining right now, so I can't really wash it, and that is what I want to do first. Because it makes working on dirty bikes so annoying. You can see, like, even just up there, it is horrible. So if it stops raining today, I will wash it. If it doesn't stop raining today, I will wash it tomorrow. And then start doing maintenance on it, get the new chain on, bleed the brakes, do everything like that. Alright, so I just got it washed up for the most part. As you can see, if I go under the fenders, she is clean. A whole lot cleaner than she was, at least. So now I'm going to go ahead, take all the plastics off, except for the gas tank. I don't want to deal with that. Soap it down one more time, and just make the underside clean as well. That way I can also get these plastics ready to be painted. Alright, so I went ahead, took all the plastics off, and foamed it down. This is what I'm using to do the foam. It's this Chapin multi-purpose sprayer, along with this soap. Just some Joy Ultra Lemon Scent. Just mixing that with water, along with the pressure washer, and she is clean. I'm going to go ahead and rinse it down a little bit more because there is still a couple bubbles on it, but she is looking so much better. As you can see in here, everything is nice and shiny, and I'm going to go ahead and spray down these plastics and get those all cleaned up. Alright, so as you can see, she's running still, thankfully. if we go over into here on my other toys, we have all the fenders. I degrease them and wash them, everything like that. They're almost ready for paint. And this thing, I'm just kind of waiting for it to dry so we can start doing some stuff. Unbeknownst to me, I'm apparently going fishing here soon, in 2 days it is. So we're on a bit of a time crunch, but I'm the master mechanic here, so we should be able to get her done. She does not like being cold. Already new, as in cleaned and oiled air filters back in. I cleaned it out with the air compressor and then hit her with some spray filter oil, as you saw. Then now we're gonna go ahead, throw this cap back on, see if I can do this with one hand. And I'm not expecting like a power boost or anything, but I think it will help it run better. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pop out the spark plug. And the reason why I'm doing this isn't to put in a new spark plug, but it's because I want to clean it off. This is kind of what I do with all my bikes whenever I don't have a brand new spark plug to throw in it. I'll just go ahead, take the current spark plug out, clean it with a wire brush, and wipe it down with a rag. And that kind of just helps get all the carbon deposits off of it, and just gives it a little bit longer of a life than you would normally get as if you were to not do this. All right, so as you can see, this spark plug is pretty dark. Might not capture the best on camera, but try to focus on it. There you are. You can see she's pretty dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up, and I'll show you guys the after. And now the after, you can see it's a whole lot cleaner by the eye. And this will get all the corrosion and carbon off of it, leaving the dirt bike to get better spark, which should help the power. All right, she just needs some gas to get going. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the throttle seems a whole lot faster, I guess you could say. All right, so we got the old oil bin right there. I used that thing many times, and we're about to crack this oil bolt loose. I tried a crescent wrench. I tried a socket, a normal wrench. Nothing will come off. We're gonna go ahead and throw the old D-walt on the lowest setting. Number 1. That's on Titan. Was that on Titan? Nah. There she is. She cracked loose. I don't even think I got that all on camera there. Hold the phone with the other hand. Oh, oh my God, that oil. That's milky. That is exactly what you do not want. That is healthy. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing drain all the oil, throw the screw back in, and I will put new oil in. All right, so I just got the oil all circulated through the motor. She's running good, as you can tell. We'll start her up for you. She's just cold, I promise. Oh yeah. So I think what we're gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna go ahead and do the brakes, because like I said in the beginning of the video, brakes don't work at all, so I'm gonna go ahead and bleed these. I don't know if I have the right oil or brake fluid. This says only use .4. I think I only have .3 from my four-wheeler, so we'll figure this out. All right, so I think Cole has actually tried to bleed these front brakes before. That's why they're so loose. But this one was so stripped out. I did WD-40 on it, everything. I even used the right tool, like this, and she just is not working. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this other screw back in. I don't know what to tell you, Cole. You messed up on this one. All right, I just went over all the fuses behind this cap right here. They're all good. They're all connecting still. This bike is turning out really good. I really think Cole is going to be amazed with it. All right, so I just did the tires, both sides, front and back. Now we're on to the chain, like I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. She is not healthy at all. So I'm going to go ahead, pop this master link off right here. And Cole actually had another chain that's up on my toolbox right now that we're going to go ahead and toss on. All right, well, master link did come off. I just had to sacrifice my finger. All right, so not only is this chain too long and I don't have a chain cutter, but the inner parts, I forgot what they're called, but these parts right here, right there in the center, too big for the sprocket to fit on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to take care of this chain, and we'll just throw it back on. All right, so while this chain is sitting in our concoction of oils, I don't have a rag right now. Shoot. All right, so the last thing I can do right now without having to go to the store is bend the handlebars back. So like I said, these handlebars are very, very bent. Basically, she wouldn't start, so Cole decided it'd be a good idea to slam it into the ground, and now they're bent. Brand new $60 bars. So I'm gonna go ahead and take everything off of here and bend them back into place. Hopefully, that's the plan. Alright, so we're almost done. Just have to paint some of the plastics here, like the side plastics, the back fender, front fender, and number plate. There were some things I couldn't do. Obviously, chain is still off right now. But some things I couldn't do were bend these bars back. I tried. I really did try. They aren't budging. And also, the reason why the front brakes won't work is because there's no hose connected. Let alone a caliper at all. So that's one less thing we got to worry about. So yeah, it's actually turned out pretty good. Basically just did a maintenance instead of kind of fixing a bunch of stuff like I wanted to. But tomorrow after school, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some black spray paint those plastics that I took off, and then we'll go surprise Cole with his awesome new, only kind of clapped Yamaha TTR 150. Alright, it's the next day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get spray paint, so I just tossed the plastics back on. Now, I can't get the rear fender on because the exhaust is blocking it. I don't know why, but it is a cheapy Amazon exhaust. It is literally welded onto the exhaust pipe. Look at these bearings. I just realized that. So, anyhow, we're going to go give it back to Cole now. Cole, are you happy with your dirt bike?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, pop a wheelie.